Greetings and welcome to this edition of
Positronic.
I'm Barry P. Cook. I'm here to review the latest episode of Star Trek Lower Decks. It was called A Mathematically Perfect Redemption. As it begins, we see Peanut Hamper, the exocomp that we saw in a previous episode, ending up floating in space after beaming itself there to avoid helping the crew with a sticky situation, which results in an explosion. After floating through space for a while, it launches itself towards civilization on a single nacelle that it finds in the debris of the explosion, rigged to a deflector, and winds up on a planet of bipedal owl people or hawk people who never encounter off-worlders. Apparently, on this planet, everything flies: goats, snakes, everything. It isn't long before the leader of the colony finds himself near death after a flying snake attack, which Peanut Hamper responds to by injecting him with antivenom, which seems to me to be a violation of the Prime Directive, though I suppose it could be argued that the fact that they discovered Peanut Hamper already sailed that ship, but there was no reason for it to deepen the contamination, so I don't know why it did that. And I'm referring to it as an it, even though it refers to itself as wanting to be a Dabo girl, which would indicate that it's a she, as would the voice, but trying not to assume genders here. Anyway, Peanut Hamper ends up making a love connection with the leader's son, and it was pretty weird. He then reveals to her that they've actually had technology the whole time, or at least their ancestors did, and that they eventually turned on technology because it only led to war with aliens. Peanut Hamper then laments that they bailed on their crewmates and wishes they could go back and fix it, but fears that even if they did, Starfleet would never forgive them. To ease Peanut Hamper's conscience, the leader's son initiates more
Coitus.
And many seasons later, after Peanut Hamper has spent a great deal of time there, it ends up marrying him just before their people are attacked by the Drukmani that had almost grabbed Peanut Hamper at the site of the explosion and want to extract all of the old ships under the bird people's forest home, causing Peanut Hamper to finally issue a distress call to Starfleet, which it had originally avoided doing because it didn't want to get thrown in the brig, and to pilot the Scavenger's shuttlecraft, which they had launched, up to their mothership, which it crashes through and deals with from the inside just as the Cerritos shows up. At first, it seems like Peanut Hamper did this selflessly, but really it did it on purpose, meaning that it actually called the Drukmani there to begin with, to take the ships so that when they showed up, Peanut Hamper could act heroically and give Starfleet a reason not to throw them in the brig. But this plan fails because the Drukmani recorded the call to them in which Peanut Hamper told them to come get the ships because no one would show them any resistance, which it did because it really just wanted off the planet after having had enough of living there. It then again refuses to help when it seems like it is really the only one who can take out a now activated ancient ship belonging to the Hawk people, which is being used to attack their village by the Drukmani, leading to the leader's son piloting another one of their ships and handling the situation. Peanut Hamper then tries to pretend that even this was all part of its plan all along, but no one is buying it. And after it threatens to call the Borg, but is prevented from doing so, it ends up in the special brig for evil computers or evil artificial intelligences, where the evil computer voiced by Jeffrey Combs is being held. And as the episode ends, he suggests that they could do evil things together. So I thought this was a funny episode. It didn't involve our usual crew. They had a couple of lines. That was it. It was really an episode that focused on Peanut Hamper and these hawk people. But it was very funny because the character is very quippy and kind of jerky, kind of like a Mariner, only, I don't know, kind of like a Mariner. And so it says a lot of, things that make you roll your eyes. And there was funny stuff that happened, with the two of them getting it on and whatnot. And a little disappointing in the end, if I'm honest, because I didn't want it to turn out that they were still the same selfish entity that they were at the beginning. But I think they might be setting up something for later where it ends up interacting with the evil computer, although I don't know how they're going to do that, but because it's locked up, they're both locked up, but we shall see. And I guess next week's episode is the season finale, so we're going to see real soon, if anything, if there's anything there. So Yeah, I like this episode. It was really funny. It was really funny. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. I will be back to review the season finale next week. Before I go, I want to remind everyone I have a Teespring store. There's channel merch there, such as t-shirts with the channel logo on it and t-shirts with other designs. Anything you buy there helps support the channel, and the link, of course, is in the description. But until I return, I wish you peace and long life.